Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I know that I sure am, and today I'm going to be showing you guys 10 more glitches in Rainbow Six Siege. So if you guys do enjoy, remember to leave a like down below. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. So before we do get into the video, I want to mention to you guys that the 6th glitch on this list is going to be the best one. So I'd highly recommend sticking around for that. But without further ado guys, let's get into our first glitch. So the first glitch that I'm going to be showing you guys today is going to be taking place on the map Consulate, and what it's going to do is allow you to get inside of one of the white vans in the garage. So the first step to doing this glitch is going over to this doorway and placing down your deployable shield. You're going to want to place it exactly as you see me place mine. You're then going to want to go and place your barricade and hit out the bottom left portion. You're then going to want to go and keep running and proning into the shield. What you're going to want to make sure you do though is when you prone, you're going to want to hit the button twice. This is because once you are on top of the van, you want it so you are halfway in the van already. So then when you go prone, you will actually go inside. Now keep in mind that you do have to pull back once you notice you're going into the ground so that you do land on top of the van. Because if you don't do those two steps, what will happen is you'll either land on top of the van, but you'll already be prone so you won't be able to go inside, or you won't even land on the van at all. As long as you don't go too close to any of the walls of the van, you are actually invincible while in here. You can throw Valkyrie cameras, grenades, pretty much whatever outside, and nobody can throw that in at you. You can also go and shoot out, and again, no one can shoot in at you. An amazing feature to this glitch is that if the objective is in this garage, you can actually infinitely contest it if you are playing secure. Like most of the glitches I show on this channel, you guys are going to be able to get some amazing angles while in here, and I guarantee at least a couple of kills. That's really all I have to share for our first glitch, so without further ado, let's get into our second one. So our second glitch is going to be taking place on the map Bank, and it's an amazing glitch that's going to allow you under the floor. And all you're going to need for it is a deployable shield and a barricade. So the first step to doing this is going over to this doorway and placing your deployable shield down. You're then going to want to go and place your barricade, but you're going to want to make sure that there's not a lot of room between the barricade and the shield. You're then going to want to go and hit out the bottom portion of this barricade. From there, go and lay under the barricade, so when you press the prone button again, you will get glitched out. You're going to want to keep doing that, but you're going to, again, like the last one, want to make sure that you press the prone button 2 times. This is because you're starting out proned under the barricade. So when you press the button again, you will go up, and therefore if you go into the ground, you won't go fully in, you'll get glitched out. So if you press it once and go up, so you get glitched out, and then press it again very fast, what's going to happen is you're going to get glitched out while at the same time going prone, so then you will be forced under the ground. Once you are down here, there's a couple of nice angles that you can get. There's not that much about this glitch, but you can still get some cool shots into the basement. If you're playing Vault or any of the areas around there, and people do come from the jewelry front tunnel, you will be able to get a couple of nice kills. And if you guys do want to use this in a minigame like Michael Myers, this can be a really good spot to be in. If I were to recommend an operator for this glitch, I'd definitely recommend Valkyrie, so you guys can get a general idea of where people are coming from. That's really all I have to say about that glitch, so without further ado guys, let's get on to our third one. So our third glitch is going to be taking place on the map Hereford Base, and if I didn't have a better one for the 6th spot, this one definitely could have filled it in. So for this glitch, all you're going to need is a deployable shield and a barricade. You're going to want to go and place your shield as close to this doorway as you can, but you still want to be able to place the barricade. The next step is for you to go and hit out the bottom left portion of this barricade, go under it, and then keep proning up and down. And eventually, like the past glitches, you will fall through the floor, but the difference about this one is you fall into this large secret room. You're in this room that has a ton of different angles that you guys can get. You're definitely going to be able to get some kills in here, and you can also spawn peek a couple of different spawns. This has to be one of the best glitches on Hereford Base. The hard part about this though is getting it perfect, because you are going to want to get that shield placement down to the point so you can make sure that you get it the first try every time. Because as you guys saw, to do this glitch you have to go outside and place the shield on the inside. And not only are you in a very open area, but you're also being detected. Like most glitches though guys, you can shoot out but no one can shoot in at you. You can throw grenades out, Valkyrie cameras, whatever, and they cannot do that stuff to you. So if you do draw anyone over while you are in the outside area, once you get inside you should be able to take them out. That's really all I have to show for our third glitch, so without further ado guys, let's get into our fourth one. Sticking around on the map Hereford Base, I'm going to show you guys an area that's going to render you pretty much totally hidden. So to do this, all you're going to want to do is go to this doorway in the top floor, place your deployable shield down exactly as you see me place mine. You're going to want to place it as close to the doorway as you can, just like the last one, but where you can still place your barricade. You're then going to want to go and place that barricade down and hit out the bottom left portion. You're then going to want to keep running and proning into that shield until you glitch through the floor. If done correctly, you'll be dropped onto this fencing that's hanging from the ceiling. It's a really nice spot to be in. You can shoot through the chain link. You can also go and throw Valkyrie cameras and any grenades of any type. Nitro cells, whatever you can think of, you can go and throw it through there. As you guys can see on the Valkyrie cameras, you can clearly notice me, but think if you didn't know anyone was up there, the last place you would look is up on the ceiling. Now while in here, you're not totally invincible as other people can still shoot up through the chain link, but by the time they even see you, should be able to get a clean headshot on them. That's really all there is to our 4th glitch, so without further ado guys, let's get into our 5th one. So for our 5th glitch, we're going to be heading over to the map Canal. I'm going to show you guys an amazing area you can get into where you can get some dirty angles. So the first step to doing this is going down and placing your deployable shield. You're going to place it in this doorway, and then you're going to want to go and place your barricade. From there, go and hit out the exact pieces you see me hit out. This is very crucial. You want to hit out those pieces exactly. If done correctly, you'll be able to just crawl under that barricade, and then when you press the prone button again to go up, you should glitch through the floor and then fall onto one of these generators. From there you can go prone again and you'll be inside of one of them, and from there you're totally invincible. You can shoot out through those bars, you can look behind you and shoot out at construction, and obviously it's a given that no one's going to expect you to be in that generator, but on top of that you're also behind those bars. And as you guys saw, before I went prone, I was able to see up through the floor in many different areas. Obviously, since I wasn't in the generator, I wasn't totally invincible, so I still could be shot from the front. So I'd recommend if you're trying to hide from some people, maybe in Michael Myers. But if you are just playing normal against some friends, that's when I would not recommend going prone. That's really all I have to share for that glitch, so without further ado, let's get into glitch number 6. So as there are still going to be some great glitches after number 6, as I said in the beginning of the video guys, this glitch is going to be the best one in this video. So for this, all you're going to want to do is head over to the map bank, place your deployable shield in this doorway by tellers. You're going to want to make sure that your shield is placed in the exact area mine is placed. You want to put it as close to the doorway as you can, but you still want to make sure that you can place that barricade. Now when you go to hit the bottom pieces off of the barricade, you want to make sure that you have a little piece up at the top left. Then like our first couple of glitches, all you're going to want to do is crawl under that barricade and then prone up and down twice. This is because you're going to start out prone when you crawl under, and you want to go up so then you'll start glitching, and then back down as you're going through the floor so then you remain proned under there. Once in the glitch, if you do a little bit of crawling towards the staff room, you'll find an amazing secret room. It's a really big area with a lot of different rooms that you can see into. And I know I say this with almost every glitch, but with this one you are guaranteed some kills, and you can get some really sick angles. Now usually I recommend glitches for Michael Myers, but this glitch could really be good in any scenario. As I said before, you can see in multiple different rooms, and you can even go and see down in the basement. Without a doubt, this is definitely one of the best glitches on the map bank. So yeah guys, that's really all I have to say about that glitch, so without further ado, let's get into our 7th glitch. So our 7th glitch is going to be taking place on the map Chalet. You may remember this if you are an active sub on my channel. I posted a couple days ago in its own standalone video. It's a really nice chalet glitch that's going to allow you above the dining room area. So to do this, all you're going to want to do is go over to this doorway, and you may want to slow down the video here so you guys can see exactly where I place my shield. But you're going to want to go and place your shield down in this area, then walk around and go and place a barricade on this big door. Hit out the exact area that you see me hit out on the barricade, and then just take a couple of steps back and keep running and proning into the shield. Once you fall through, if you look to your left, you'll see a little area that you can go inside of. It's a secret room. Once in there though, you do get detected, so if you want to draw people towards you, that's the area I advise you go in. You guys can also go and peek a spawn at the front of the house, and from here you'll be able to see people right as they spawn in, right as they drop from the air, so you'll be able to get them before they even spawn in. Which, if I'm going to be honest, is a little too overpowered even for me. And it's glitches like this that will actually ruin the game. That's why I always advise that you guys use these in custom games so you don't have to ruin the game for other people. And that goes for all glitches, not just this one. But back on topic guys, within this glitch you'll be able to get a ton of different angles inside and outside. And if the objective is in here, you'll also be able to contest that. So yeah guys, that's really going to do it for our 7th glitch, so without further ado, let's get into our 8th one. So for our 8th glitch, we're going to be heading over to the map house. And for this glitch, all you're going to need is some way to destroy part of a ceiling. So the first step to doing this is going over to this wall in the kitchen, looking directly up and shooting out this part of the wall. You can also use a nitro cell if you want to. That's what I ended up using towards the end, because it did just clear it out a lot better. So once that chunk of ceiling is shot out, you can actually go and throw a Valkyrie camera in between those metal bars, and the other team's not going to know where they're being spotted from. Now, unless someone just goes and happens to look up in between those bars, they're not going to know your Valkyrie camera is there, and they won't be able to destroy it. The only other way it can be destroyed is if Thatcher throws an EMP up against that wall, but that's rarely going to happen. The best scenario I can see this being used for is if you are playing master bedrooms, then you can know if anyone's out on that balcony. But in reality, it could be used in any scenario. That's really all I have to talk about for our 8th glitch, so without further ado guys, let's get into our 9th glitch. So for our 9th glitch, we're going to be heading over to the map Oregon. So to do this glitch, all you're going to want to do is go and place your deployable shield down in this doorway, then place a barricade and hit out the bottom portion of the barricade. You're then going to want to go and keep sprinting and proning into the shield until you get put under the floor. Now as long as you don't go on any cameras, you should be totally invincible. But at least you can still shoot out. Now this isn't the best glitch by any means, but you still can get some really nice angles. Really the only scenario where I can recommend this glitch is if you are playing Laundry Room. There's really not much to that glitch, so without further ado guys, let's get into our final 10th glitch. So for our 10th glitch, I'm going to show you guys an amazing secret room on the map Consulate. So to do this glitch, all you're going to want to do is go over to this doorway and place your deployable shield down. You're then going to want to go and place a barricade and then hit out the parts on the barricade that you see me hit out. You're then going to want to take a couple of steps back and then keep sprinting and proning into your shield. Eventually what's going to happen is it's going to force you through the wall to your right and you're going to be put in a secret room. Now it may look like you'll die if you fall from that height, but you can actually go and fall down without losing any damage and then take it one step further and go down to the basement level. No matter where you are though, you can get some really nice angles and you're guaranteed a couple of kills. Personally, I prefer to fall down to this level so you guys can actually go and look around, you will be detected and people will be drawn over towards you. And once they are drawn over to you, since you can actually shoot out and they cannot shoot in at you, you will be able to kill them. But if you are playing a game like Michael Myers, I'd prefer to drop down to the basement level because then you won't be detected. That's just my opinion, but obviously you guys can choose your own scenarios. But yeah guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to go and leave a like down below. Also, if you guys want to see daily glitch content just like this, make sure you go and click that subscribe button. But yeah guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.